Well, I hope everybody's doing good 2 or 3 days into the challenge. So today I wanted to drop in and talk about one of the most important things you can do from a nutrition standpoint to help reach your fat loss goals, okay? And that is to hit your protein goal. So when it comes to proper nutrition, eating healthy and losing fat, hitting a protein goal is probably the most important thing you can do, okay? So before we talk about what is your protein goal, let's talk about what does protein do and how can it help you lose weight. Well, it helps you in a multitude of ways, okay? Number one, it's gonna help you feel full, okay? So if you're feeling full by eating a little bit of protein in each meal, your blood sugar is gonna stay normal, okay? It's not gonna have blood sugar irregularities, it's not going up and down. It's gonna normalize your blood sugar. You're not gonna get cravings, okay? And with blood sugar not dropping, you feel good, you're gonna make better choices, okay? So that's one thing it does. Number two, it has a thermic effect. So when you eat protein, your body has to break it down, and when it's breaking down the protein, you're burning calories and whatnot. Number three, it breaks it down to amino acids, and we use that for energy and brain function. So it gives you some mental clarity, and if you have mental clarity, you're gonna make better choices. So long story short, protein is gonna help you feel full longer, stabilize blood sugar, and give you the mental clarity to make better choices, okay? And when you're feeling good and you're not hungry, or if you're not starving and your blood sugar is not down in the dumps, typically we make good choices because we know what to eat to be healthy. But when our physiology is kind of off whack a little bit, we kind of make bad choices, okay? So how much protein should you be eating? That depends. That depends on your lean body mass. So if you have your in-body sheet, at the top middle here, it has lean body mass. So for most of the females, it's going to be a little over 100 grams probably for the most part, but check your sheet. And guys are probably about 150 plus, okay? So right here, lean body mass. That is your protein goal. There'll be a number there. That's how many grams of protein per day that you need to eat. Okay, so you need 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass. So if you have 115 pounds of lean body mass, you need 115 grams of protein per day, okay? So what does that do? So that is going to provide the amino acids and the protein to protect your muscles. And your muscles are your metabolism, that's your furnace. That's what burns calories. A lot of times people say, well, guys lose weight faster than women, but typically guys have more muscle mass, and while they're sitting around, their muscle mass is burning calories. So by hitting your protein goal on a daily basis, that's going to maintain your muscle. It's going to give you a metabolic furnace to burn calories 24/7. Okay? So how do we go about hitting that goal? Well, we have to take that number and divide it by how many times you eat per day. So if you got, say, 120 grams of lean body mass, you need 120 grams of protein. And say you eat 4 times a day, so 120 divided by 4, you need about 30 grams per meal. So how do we get that? Depends on what you eat and the quantity and things like that. Roughly 1 ounce of lean meat equals about 7 grams of protein. So if you need that 30 grams per day, or 30 grams per meal, not per day, if you need 30 grams per meal and you're eating a lean meat, you're looking at about around 5 ounces of lean meat to get 30 grams. That'd be 35 grams. It's all estimations, okay? So break that down and try to figure out breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and how much protein you need at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There's food choices in the journal of different food choices. A lot of people are like, I don't like eggs for breakfast. Well, then you don't have to eat eggs. You know, pick another lean meat. And if you don't like anything for breakfast, if you're not a big breakfast eater, that brings us to protein supplements. Are they okay to have? And when can I take them? Number one, yes, they're okay to have. Number two, when can I take them? Anytime you need them to hit your protein goal. Okay. So can you have them as a snack if you're behind on protein for the day? Yes, you can have them as a snack. If you're hitting your protein goal with whole foods, that's even better because whole foods are processed a little better and the body's meant to run off them. But if you need a protein shake to hit your protein goal, they're absolutely fine. These guys here have about 20 grams per scoop. These guys here have about 20 to 30 grams per serving, which is 1 container. So really try to sit down, map out a day, and try to hit your protein goal. You know, an egg might have 6 grams of protein. So if you need 20 or 30 grams at breakfast, you have to figure out how many egg whites you may need to eat. You might figure out how many ounces of meat you need to have at lunch and dinner. If you can't figure that out, just let us know. We can figure that out for you. And by eating, a lot of people will say we do high protein diets, which we don't do high protein diets. We just do optimal protein. So optimally, you need that 1 gram per pound of lean body mass to protect your muscle mass, and that will allow you to be in a calorie deficit to still lose body fat but not lose muscle. The last thing we want to do is lose 5 pounds of body fat and lose 5 pounds of muscle. If you lose 5 pounds of fat and 5 pounds of muscle, we're actually just a skinnier version of ourselves, and we're still the same body fat. So we're just kind of skinny fat. So we want to lose body fat, maintain muscle. Lose body fat, maintain muscle. And hitting that protein goal will do that. Protein will not make you bulky. Okay, people that look like that train specifically for that. They're on a specific training program, supplementation program, and they eat in such a way where their calories are way above maintenance. So that protein, they're always in a positive nitrogen balance, so they can grow those muscles. Grow those muscles. And then also protein does a lot of other things like hair, nails, amino acids for neurotransmitters, skin and stuff. So when you do consume extra protein, the body will metabolize it in several different formats or several different pathways before it converts it to body fat. So like if you eat sugar and you overeat sugar, the body will typically restore that as body fat pretty rapidly. If you overeat protein, it can be stored as body fat. I'm not saying it can't, but the body will use it in many different pathways as it can before the body stores it as body fat. And it's really unusual for someone to eat too much protein and store that extra protein as body fat. It's usually somewhere else in their nutrition that is breaking down. Now, my next point is, if you have any pre-existing kidney problems or metabolic disorders, obviously always check with your doctor. Okay, we're not physicians, but normally, in the normal healthy function individual hitting a protein goal of the lean body mass 100, 120, or 150, 160 grams per day for guys is perfectly normal, and it's healthy, and it'll help all kinds of other endeavors of health workers too. So I think I covered everything. If you got any questions, just shoot me a text back after you watch the video, or text in and be like, hey, I'm lost, how to hit my protein goal, or I need some ideas, we can help you out. So remember, the most important thing with the 2-week check-in coming up is having a little bit of protein in every meal. That's your first step. And then start measuring that protein to make sure you're hitting your lean body mass. Lean body mass is on the sheet. Let me know if you don't have that, and try to hit that daily, and everything good. Everything kind of falls into place when you hit that protein goal with your other macronutrients, with your fats and carbs and stuff. So hit that protein goal, feel good, look good, perform good, lose body fat and gain muscle, and hopefully you'll win some money in 2 weeks. So if you got any questions, let me know. Thanks, guys.